Oh, hello there, Brad. You were drinking right there.
I thought I would catch myself drinking this time because I usually
You
catch
hit the button.
I know I did. Whatever. Kellen, how you doing, bud?
Brad, I'm in a grand mood, so I'm very, very excited. Happy Wednesday to you.
Happy Wednesday, sure.
Yeah, it's a good day so far, man. It's a very, very good day. As always, very happy to be talking with you this evening.
I mean, it's always a good time. It's the highlight of my week. I had to do a little bit of adulting, so I had to put on my adult costume. But
it's good. It's a good adult costume,
right?
Yeah.
I don't really know how convincing it is, but I enjoy it.
Yes.
And
like
yes,
the shirt says.
Stuff. Here for stuff. Everyone wants the stuff.
Everyone wants this stuff that we're talking about, Brad.
Yeah, we do have some stuff to talk about, including our new upcoming podcast has a name.
It has a name. So we have settled on this name, Brad. I just want to make sure that
I think so. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I like it.
I think it is
It's your idea, and I like it.
Well, here's the thing. I cannot take credit for it because I reached out to my friend, the amazing BJ, who is here, and I said, "Hey, what do you think? What do you think of this name?" And he threw out a couple of those other ones. And again, I believe BJ said the Binge Bang Theory.
Well, now I hate it then. If it's his idea, fuck that guy.
It's so good.
It's great. It's a good idea.
It's so good. So we have this podcast. We've recorded 2 episodes. You're going to be able to hear it soon about Brad and I talking and discussing our thoughts on the Big Bang Theory. I'm already not looking forward to having to watch more because I started looking at the titles of the episodes and I was like, "Oh no,
that's a mistake! Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself."
Yes,
it'll be interesting as it goes. I think it's definitely fun to talk about because we both hate it.
Oh yeah, so I don't like watching. I don't like hate watching a lot of stuff, but with you, Brad, it's so good. It's so good.
It's fun times.
So
Kellen, people are demanding stuff, and one of my first questions here has to do literally with stuff. So that seems only appropriate if you don't mind.
Let's jump in. People are here. They're interested in stuff.
Sure. So Kellen, what stuff you got in your pockets right now?
What stuff do I have in my pockets right now? Do I get to look or do I have to guess?
I mean, you just just what's in your pockets, man. Show us what's in your pockets.
I don't think I have anything in my pockets right now.
Oh, empty pockets.
Empty pockets, yes. Empty pockets. Usually I carry a couple of things. Usually I carry, and I took it out. I usually have like a chapstick here. I have my knife, and then I have I don't like sitting on my wallet, so I take my wallet out and I take my keys out whenever I sit. So I don't really have a lot of things in my pocket, which is nice. What an interesting question.
People have different weird random things in the pockets, and I thought it would be silly to find out because I have tons of stuff in my pockets.
What's in your pockets? What's in your pockets?
So many things.
Yes.
For starters, my phone amazingly isn't in my pocket, but only because I'm sitting at my computer, so it's on the charger.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't sit on your phone, do you? You're not some sort of heathen who sits on their phone.
No, nothing in my back pockets, only side pockets. But I have 4 side pockets. Because I wear weird, like, hidden cargo pant things that have, like, double pockets.
Yeah.
So I got a pen, fancy, weird, grooved pen that if you pay attention to TikTok, I talked about it a little bit on TikTok.
Yeah. It almost looks like the doctor's sonic screwdriver there.
A little bit. I got an infinity cube, which is just, like, to fidget around with.
Well, there you go. And you keep that in your pocket all the time?
Yeah, it just sort of unfolds into like a mostly flat rectangle. So
that's a lot in a pocket.
In my pocket. And on the same side, in the other pocket, is technically my wallet, which is just 2 chunks of aluminum stuck together with some money on it.
Look at that, Brad.
And what else do I have in here? I got a bunch of stuff. I got anti-fog wipe for my glasses because with masks and weather change here, fog is a problem these days. What else do I have in here? Because there's definitely more. Oh, then I have my keys, which is this giant monstrosity.
I am learning so much about Brad.
And there's literally, I think there might be 2 keys on here. It's mostly.
I see a couple of USBs.
Keys.
I see a tile. I see a dongle of some sort. Is that a Google Chrome? What is that?
This is a NFC thing for my front door.
Your front door. Okay.
System.
Okay.
This is a charging cable that can switch between like different adapters and everything. It's got like 4 different adapter ends on it.
Fascinating.
The tile, the clicker for the car that I never use because it connects to my phone via Bluetooth, but technically as a backup, I've got it. And a house key for the garage door, which is the only house key that I have. Everything else is electronic.
And then, Brad, did I see 2 of like the little dog tags from Death Stranding there? Is that what I'm seeing?
That's just some USB things.
Okay.
One of them is a Linux distro for like troubleshooting computers and stuff, and one of them is just random files
that you just have on you in case you need to like do some Linux troubleshooting.
Yeah, and this is a security key, which works sort of like a USB key, but when you hit the button, it unloads a huge long string that I use as part of my password for things that I keep secure. So I don't have to remember the whole thing, but it can be insanely long, and I only have to remember a certain part that I add to it. Because I'm a nerd.
Wait. So you hold on. Let's back up to the key thing. So that's like you plug that into a computer, you plug that into an ATM. Where
a computer, or you can tap it on the back of your phone if it's got an NFC.
Here we go, folks. I have a knife and chapstick in my pockets, and Brad has all of this. What are we learning about both of us right now?
Oh, and I didn't mention, but if anybody noticed, there was a handcuff key on there as well.
There we go. There we go, Brad.
Just in case.
Just in case. Are you imagining you're going to get handcuffed and they won't take your keys from you? Or that's... What's that scenario?
You use handcuffs way more at home than I've used it other places, Kellen.
There you go.
Sometimes you just need a handcuff key.
Sometimes you just need handcuffs. I love it. That's a great question, Brad. I feel a little embarrassed that I guess I don't carry a bunch of stuff in my pockets. But I'm glad that you have all these fun things. How often are you playing with the Infinity Cube, by the way? Is that like for when you're bored, or is that like constant like...
Not these days, not so much. It's usually it's for like, standing in line somewhere, or like waiting at a doctor's office or whatever, just have something to fidget with to keep my hands busy so I don't pick at my nails or other obsessive sort of issues.
Okay.
These days I've actually been mostly giving it to my son so that he doesn't pick at his nails.
There you go.
But I keep it in my pocket because he'll just lose it instantly.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I don't keep a lot of stuff on me. I actually have my wallet is I don't have like a cool aluminum wallet like yours, but my wallet is repurposed from a tweed suit. There's a lady that I met on Etsy who makes these awesome like clutches or wallets that way, and it looks really cool. And inside it's paisley. It's very, very pretty. And inside of it I keep cards and other things like that, but I also collect photos that I find on the ground. So I have like 3 photos of cats that I found. I found a couple of photos of like school photos that I found randomly throughout the world. Just like random sort of things where I'm like, oh, here are a bunch of photos that I have no connection to, no anything. And they've been with me for a very, very long time, and they've actually held it very, very well. So
interesting. That's fun.
Yeah. If I had my wallet on me, I would. Yes, that is such a great fucking question.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Investing, technically, I guess.
I guess.
Semi-retired investor type.
Also, is that a Final Fantasy VII reference in the name?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. The neurons will fire. Caroline. Yes. TikTok.
Caroline. There we are.
She's from TikTok.
There you go.
She's great. And I'm pretty sure Aerith Girl is her name on TikTok. So if you don't follow her already, you should.
Follow Aerith Girl. Right. Come on. y'all know me.
Yes. See, I was right. The neurons worked for once.
They worked. Brad, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I saw this question and I said, I don't know if Brad will answer this question. I don't know if he can answer this question.
Great.
So
I plead the fifth.
Because I don't know how to answer this question either. Brad, what would you rate a 10 out of 10?
What would I rate a 10?
What would you rate a 10 out of 10? What's a 10 out of 10? What's something you can say that right there? That's a 10 out of 10. Right?
I mean, from last week, canceled plans might be up there. 10 out of 10.
Think about it. Think about this for a second, Brad. What is a 10 out of 10? You see it, you know it, you're like, that right there. That's the best of the best. Right?
You know what? An ice cream sandwich made of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream with 2 waffles as the ends. That's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Wow. Like we're talking like a Belgian waffle?
Yes.
Ooh. And it's still is it like a sandwich or it's a cookie size?
You would probably want to eat it with a fork.
Ooh.
So a spork, I guess, with the ice cream, maybe. I don't know.
That is
how
so good. All right, let's get into this. All right. The foodie in me now is like, how do I make this for Brad?
Sure.
Are we talking about a fresh waffle? So a hot waffle, so when you put it together.
So, yeah.
So that means the ice cream.
Just a little, 2 waffle iron.
Mm-hmm.
Just need a little portable little deal. It doesn't take
that
much.
But that's the conundrum, Brad, is the hotter the waffle, the colder the ice cream has to be. So we're going to have to get something. We're going to have to get that ice cream really, really cold, right? So that it doesn't melt. So that as the ice cream, the energy from the ice cream is cooling the waffle and the energy from the waffle is warming up the ice cream, they create a perfect like synthesis and sort of bond to each other. We can make this happen. We can absolutely make this happen with science.
Sorry, Michelle. No, Ewoks are terrible. So it's not.
What? You're not. Brad. Return of the Jedi is still a 10 out of 10. It's great. It's. Hold on. Let's get into the Ewok discussion. You're going to say it's not a 10 out of 10 because of the Ewoks?
Yeah,
because of the Ewoks?
Ewoks are terrible.
They're not terrible, Brad. How are the Ewoks terrible?
They're cannibalistic kidnappers of other sentient beings. They're terrible.
How do we never know? Well, hold on. Brad, you are about to lose all of your Brad fans.
They kidnap people that clearly are using language with each other the instant that they see them to eat them.
How do you? It is never. Hold on. It is never said that they are going to be eaten. It's never said that they're going to be
fired. They're carrying them on sticks towards bonfires, Kellen. When was the last time you saw that sort of situation and there wasn't like a pig roast kind of a situation?
Hold on.
Also, they have a dress that's Leia's size already handy for her to change into.
Okay.
There's a lot of implications. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of awkward implications.
So Brad. So, hold on. So you're okay. So now we have to. Okay. Now the whole show is thrown off because now we have to talk about the rest of Star Wars. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So if Return of the Jedi is not a 10 out of 10. Right. And again, you're saying this tiny part. You're saying the whole first act of the movie is nope, it's not good. You're saying Luke and Vader's redemption is not good. You're saying
it's great.
It's so good. It's so good. So is it what? Is it a 9.9 out of 10? Is it a 9.8? Is it a 7?
I would give it like a solid 8 or 9 at least. Yeah, it's got to be at least.
Brad, how is this the thing that divides us? How is this the thing that makes us different?
I don't know.
Wow.
Listen, 10 out of 10 means perfect. That means no flaws. And
I don't understand why the Ewoks is the problem with the movie.
Ewoks are dumb. They're bad.
Brad, disagree.
Disagree. That's fine.
Okay, then, Brad. Let's. Okay, so if Ewoks are bad, then I don't know. We can't talk about Star Wars. We got to keep moving. I don't want to talk about Star Wars all night. If I literally start asking questions, I'm not going to stop asking questions. Let's move on. But this
that could be its own episode.
That will absolutely be its own episode.
We'll do a Star Wars episode.
We will just have a big Star Wars debate about.
Excellent.
And I will
at least we agree that the Jedi Council is evil. So
we absolutely
agree have that baseline.
Yes. The Jedi Council is flawed. They are absolutely evil. They're the proprietors of many, many bad things that happen in the galaxy. And many of the issues in the Star Wars world would be better off if the Jedi Council was, in fact, not there. Right?
Agreed. But we'll save the rest for the.
We will save the rest for that. Absolutely.
Episode.
Oh my gosh!
And the 2 people that will want to watch that.
Who knows? We might. And Brad, that might actually be a thing where we need some additional guests to bring in, because I might be arguing a debate that maybe someone like Mitra or BJ says. Now, actually, the Clone Wars.
We do have a number of fairly Star Wars familiar people. So
yes.
We could probably make that work.
I love this. This is good. Okay. 10 out of 10. Brad says chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, hot Belgian waffles. That's a 10 out of 10 for Brad. Love it.
What about you? Do you have something that you could think of that's a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10 for KT. Like scrambled eggs, coffee, and toast in the morning. Like that's like if the scrambled eggs are made perfect, the toast is perfect, the coffee's great. Like that's like boom. My whole day is gonna be perfect, right? That would be great. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Like I don't need like the Taj Mahal.
Sure.
You give me a good cup of coffee, some nice toast. Doesn't matter what the toast is. Scrambled eggs. I'm good.
Sometimes simple is best, you know? And to be fair, it's a lot easier to hit perfection with something simple than a complicated nonsense.
And here's the thing. I would say that eggs are, in fact, not very simple. I have a 300-page book about how to make eggs in my other room, about how hard and complicated it is in terms of the matter of like what sort of fats do you need to use, what's the heat sort of pan. Very, very complicated. But again, if you can make eggs well, perfection.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
It's the easiest way we can stop talking about about Star Wars. Shift to eggs. Shift to eggs.
All right, let's see. Well, look, this is just a silly one that I saw on a list. What's the strangest place that you've ever fallen asleep?
Ooh, the strangest place I've ever fallen asleep. I don't sleep a lot. A lot.
You do have an infant. So.
Well, but even before that, I was not much of a sleeper. I've never been a sleeper. I've never been someone who needs a lot of sleep. Like 5 hours of sleep, I'm good. Right. Strangest place I've fallen asleep. That's a very interesting question.
Jury duty.
I've actually never done jury duty. I'm a bad citizen. I've never had to be on a jury.
Me either.
Strangest place I've ever fallen asleep. This is a very interesting question, Brad. And the thing for me is I'm happy to say what is strange for other people, right? The first thing that comes to mind, I don't think this is too strange because it's New Orleans, right? When you go to New Orleans, and you will, Brad, you and I will go to New Orleans and we will have a grand time. Brad, have you ever been to New Orleans?
I have not.
That's where we meet, Brad. In a year when everything's open, we go to New Orleans, we drink, we walk around, you're outside, there's wonderful food, there's music, it's wonderful, right? When you go to New Orleans, you can get a hurricane, right? Which is a lot of rum, a lot of other good stuff. And it's like a big slushy. It's like a big Slurpee with very, very boozy.
Right.
And you can just walk around and listen to music. It's all wonderful. It's perfect. So I'm drinking my hurricane, having a great time. All I want to do is I want to go to Louis Armstrong Park because it's beautiful there. It's really, really nice. I've eaten a lot. I've probably walked around 18 miles and decided I'm just going to oh, my eyelids are feeling a little heavy right now. And I just fall asleep in the park.
Nice.
Nobody bothers me. No questions asked, no police, no anything like that. Wake up an hour later feeling super refreshed, finish the rest of my hurricane, go and have some oysters, have a great time, out till 3 o'clock in the morning, dancing, having a blast. I guess that's strange, right? Is that strange to fall asleep in a park?
Strange-ish.
Yeah. In Hong Kong, I fell asleep on the Star Ferry, which takes you from Kowloon to Hong Kong Island, because the ferry goes all the time. And when I was out there in 2019, I would take the ferry back and forth. And I would love going very, very early in the morning or late at night. And it's just sort of romantic. You know, it's sort of this old sort of ferry. All the benches are wood. It's very uncomfortable. And I definitely remember looking out at the harbor one night and closing my eyes and falling asleep. And again, no one bothers you. It's Hong Kong. You could leave your wallet on the ground and come back 3 hours later and it'll be right there. So yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's a shame what China is doing to the place because they've absolutely ruined it. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's the strangest place you've ever fallen asleep, Brad?
There's been a couple, probably, but the strangest one, I imagine, would be when I was 6. I was in the hospital for several months after a pretty extensive surgery, and they had a musical program where a bunch of people could get together, and it was basically like a jam band. They got together and put on.
Did the Grateful Dead come to your children's hospital?
No, like people at the hospital, like patients, doctors, nurses, whatever, like just got together and played music, like on stage. They had an audience quite often and stuff like that. And so I fell asleep at one of those concerts on stage while playing music.
But how old were you though?
6.
There you go. Then that's fine.
So it's like a group of people playing whatever song. I can't remember now. And then there's me just sleeping. And there is video footage of this.
Oh my gosh. And Brad, just to be clear, that was with your cock reduction surgery, right? Your child penis was so large that it needed to be reduced. I just want to make sure I have the canon correct. When we hung out, you were saying that you had multiple cock reduction surgeries because of how massive you are.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Driving. Oh, that's not good.
Driving. Not a good situation.
Bad. No, that's not good at all.
Brad.
Yes, Kellen.
What movie title best describes your life? What, right? Isn't that a tough one? And if you say Return of the Jedi, we're done. We're done.
That's me. I'm the Return of the Jedi. Yeah. That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard one. What movie title describe my life?
That's tough, right? And now you're going through. You're like, well, it's not a movie that I love. It's got to be another, right? Let's workshop this. Okay,
you know what? Probably Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction. Yes, I like that a lot. Yes. Yes.
Seems to fit in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know. I saw that question when I started going through it. It was very, very strange. The first one that came to my mind, which I don't think works, was Do the Right Thing, and I was like, that's not the movie. That's not what it is. Howard the Duck. Is that it?
There we go. A series of unfortunate
events. Probably like something like Strange Brew. I don't know. Yeah.
Strange Brew is a classic.
Oh, it's so good. So many people haven't seen it, right? So many people haven't seen Strange Brew. So fun. Weird. How did Strange Brew get made, Brad? How did Strange Brew get made? Right?
Because, Second City wanted to branch out into.
Was it Second City or was that SCTV? I mean, that's the interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't
SCTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure behind the scenes who made that happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so somebody, in that group of people that had some money and some pull, decided that they wanted to start making some movies.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
and
we
it
got
didn't
all
make
this.
any sense.
It made no sense.
But it's great.
It's so good, but it just makes no sense at all. And no sense at all. Yeah, I like that, and we might have to come back to that because I think there's a couple that I think, right. There are times in my life where it's like, oh, my movie was called Mallrats, right? Night Shift. There we go. There we go. That's a good one. Yes.
Sure.
Yes. The Jerk, as good as it gets. Nick said The Jerk. Absolutely. I don't believe that Nick has a jerky bone in his body.
No.
Right.
The color of money.
Color of money.
Fancy.
Dude,
where's my car?
Dude, where's my car?
Sure. There's so many good ones.
So many good ones. Rock and Roll High School. Yeah, we'll come back to that. I think that we'll come back to that question a couple times. So,
Kellen.
Yes, Brad.
What is the best vacation that you ever took?
It's funny because I talked about Hong Kong and I talked about New Orleans. The first time I went to New Orleans was transcendent. The first time I was ever there, I was really skeptical about going. And I went and had this incredible time, was there for a little over 48 hours and completely fell in love with the city, ate so much food, walked 20 miles every single day, met amazing people that I still know there. And then again, it's hard for me to call Hong Kong a vacation because I was there for just under a month. But it felt like a vacation, and that was like an extremely life-changing sort of experience that way. Yeah, I'd probably say the first time I went to New Orleans. I think the first time I went to New Orleans was probably the best vacation I've ever had. I think that was compared to what I thought the experience was going to be, compared to what I had. There was nothing that went bad in the experience. Every moment, I barely slept. I probably, in the 48 hours, I probably slept maybe 6 hours because I just wanted to take everything in. And that's the best thing about New Orleans is it is a place where you can say, I need to eat a sandwich and it's 3:00 in the morning. And I also need a shot and I need to make friends wherever I eat that sandwich. And then we're going to go someplace and listen to music. Like that's the thing about New Orleans is like when you're there, the people that you meet, the experience you have, it is so like you're just so welcome there. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're an asshole, they're not going to like you. But like every time I go to New Orleans, I meet people, I make friends. It's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah. It's wonderful. What about you, Brett?
I don't imagine this is hugely surprising, but probably when my wife took our son and went to visit her sister.
Yes.
And I stayed at home for a week and a half.
There you go, Brad. Brad, if you had to go someplace and leave the house, though, if you had to go, you had to leave the house.
Probably the first time I went to Austin would probably be.
Oh, yeah. Austin's great.
Just all the barbecue, going to crazy, weird speakeasies. Getting into places I definitely shouldn't be with friends because I have local friends that.
Oh, like what sort of places? What sort of places there, Brad?
Well, getting dragged up to a place called the Wizard Academy.
I know the Wizard Academy.
To have my whiskey eyes opened, which is why I'm super into whiskey now.
Excellent.
And just blowing stuff up. They brought me to a place where you could just blow shit up.
You just blow shit up, right? You can just say like, "Hey, I got a stick of dynamite and I got a Tommy gun. What am I going to do?" Right?
Yeah. Texas, right?
Yes.
There's a place to do everything. So that was fun.
Nice. Brad, I think I know. We're gonna do a little thing real quick. Okay. Brad, correct me if I'm wrong here. I had heard a rumor about you. That you, in fact, know you have done some writing before.
I have
on occasion, some writing, and some of that writing on occasion has been erotic in nature.
That has happened in the past, yes.
Wow, Brad, I'm impressed. I am a budding erotic writer. I don't know if there's a term for that. Eroticist.
Sure.
And Brad, I'm struggling. I'm really, really struggling with this. And I wrote this scene, and I just can't figure out the right words to put into it. And I need some help, Brad.
Okay. I see. I think I've made the connections now from.
Your neurons have finally connected with what I was talking about on Twitter.
Okay. I got you.
There
I
we
feel
go.
you now. I think I see where this is going.
Oh, okay. Well, I just need some help. I just need a couple. If you could help me, Brad.
Sure.
I've just got this scene that I've written, and what I would really, really appreciate is if you could just because you're an expert at this, and it would be wonderful if you could.
Yeah, let's go with
again. Brad, it's a pretty. We'll see how it goes, but
I'm amateur at best, but I'll do what I can.
Okay, sure. Great. Well, I don't want to give away the scene, so I'm just going to ask you for a noun, like an erotic noun, for example.
An erotic noun.
Yeah.
A chair. I'm gonna ruin this for you. You get that, right?
Brad, a verb. Again, all of these are erotic. I'm not going to say. I'm going to stop saying it. A verb ending in ing.
Slapping.
I get another verb.
Kicking.
And a noun. Again, erotic.
Fridge.
Brad, you were making this so difficult.
Yeah.
I need another verb, Brad.
Another verb. Clapping.
Oh, okay. Can I get an adjective, please?
Erotically.
Can I get a verb, please?
Jumping.
Right. Can I get a plural noun, please?
Clowns.
This is so terrible.
What did I tell you? I told you it was going to be terrible, and I would ruin it for
you. Can I have a noun, please?
Podcast.
Pittman's
talking about a new podcast.
And another noun, please.
Clown again.
Oh boy. Okay. I need a verb ending in ing, please.
Skipping.
Is that erotic, by the way?
Depends on how you skip.
Again, podcast, clown, Brad. Okay. I need a verb, please.
Fuck. How about that?
Is that erotic enough? That's the first one that works. I need another verb, please.
The first one.
Literally, we are six sentences in, and that's the first one where we're like, okay, here we are. I'm not going to be able to post this on Literotica. That's the problem,
No,
Brad.
That's a real shame. I'm sorry. What did you need next?
A verb, please.
A verb?
Yes.
Licking.
There
you go. See, I'm trying to be helpful now. A little.
Can I have another verb, please? Brad, this is for the entertainment of the people, so it will be sexy no matter what you say. But the sexier you make it, the more people might go, ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
True. So, okay, let's go with spanking then.
Spanking. And then I need a noun.
Whip.
Ooh. Can I have another noun, please?
If I say no, is that an option?
It's not a noun.
Oh, okay. Computer.
Computer. Can I have an adjective, please?
Giant.
Giant. Oh, that's good, actually. A noun, please.
Coffee cup.
Coffee cup. Another verb, please.
Sitting.
Sitting. A noun, please. We got 3 more after this.
Table.
Table. Could I have a verb?
Kissing.
Kiss. A noun.
The St. Andrew's cross. There, is that erotic enough for you? No one's gonna know what that is. I know that you know what it is.
I know what it is. Can I have a plural noun, please, Brad?
Can't use clowns again.
Can't use clowns again. Nope.
I mean, I could. Glasses. Let's go with glasses.
Oh boy, Brad. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can read this. Ladies and gentlemen,
get your popcorn ready, everybody.
Yes.
Or your lube, depending on how sexy.
Yeah, exactly. My chair is slapping just thinking about you. I want you to lick my fridge slowly until I clap. That feels so erotic. You're going to make me jump. I want to rip those clowns off of you. I love how your podcast feels in my clown.
It's not right. It's not right at all.
I love the sound you make when I'm skipping you. I want you to fuck me until I can't take it anymore.
That one works. Okay.
Right?
That fits.
I can't wait to lick you when I get home. Wait for me naked. This weekend, I have plans to spank your whip. I love licking your computer. You taste so giant. Sure. Throw me down on the coffee cup and sit me.
That almost
worked.
Like not quite, like as metaphor in a weird way, maybe.
It's abstract. I love thinking about you pulling my table. I love it when you kiss me against the St. Andrew's cross. I can't get enough of your big glasses.
Nick needs a towel, apparently. So, that worked for somebody at least.
I have an audience.
It's true.
Thank you, Brad.
I told you that would be horrible. I warned you in advance.
Brad, you didn't make it horrible. You made it better. Again, Brad, this is why I needed your help. I needed you to really take it to the next level of what erotic really means. I just would have put like breast, ass, fucking all that, all the visceral, right? That's the
people are already on the internet. They can already get that stuff. People loved it.
There you go. Ham sandwich. Oh,
that was fun. It went as expected. But
it went
fun.
Exactly as expected. Yes.
It was good times. Kellen,
Brad,
we talked about the movie title that would describe your life.
Yes.
But who would play you in the movie of your life?
Oh, that's a good question. I would like. Here we go. I want Jeff Goldblum, circa The Fly, to play me. That's who I want. I want Jeff Goldblum right as he's filming The Fly. That's who I want to play me. That's it. Right. And again, if I can do it the Linklater way, I want young Jeff Goldblum to play me now. Right. And then I want, as I'm older, I've got now Jeff Goldblum sort of telling my story that way.
That would be pretty fun.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then somewhere in the middle, it's Claire Danes playing me just to make the audience be like, but it's Claire Danes doing a Jeff Goldblum impression. Jeff Goldblum doing an impression of me.
Sure.
Yeah. What about you, Brad?
It's funny that you bring up impressions because I just thought of like, what's his name? His name from Third Rock from the Sun.
Which one? There's four of them.
Gordon Levitt, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, Gordon Levitt would be an amazing you.
But cosplaying as Weird Al.
Oh,
so that there's like the crossover thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's not exactly Weird Al, but that vibe.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, young Weird Al, Brad. We should have a conversation. We should definitely have a conversation about Weird Al.
Do that at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brad, what's a mystery that you wish you knew the answer to? What's a mystery that you wish you knew the answer to? You want to know who killed JFK? You want to know?
Yes, I have an answer to this.
You have an answer to this.
I want to say it out loud in a public setting?
Yes, you do, Brad.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Kellen, the mystery I wish I had an answer to was what your drag name was.
Oh, Brad.
I didn't think I would get that. But it's a mystery I want an answer to.
It is a mystery you want to answer. Okay. Let me see if I can okay. I'm not going to give you the name. I'm not going to give you the name.
I wouldn't expect.
I'm not going to give you the name. That's too easy. That's too easy.
Who shot the sheriff? Solid mystery. We know who shot the deputy, but we don't know who shot the sheriff.
Brad, I can tell you this. My drag name was how do I put this? I was not the prettiest drag queen, but I had an act which was very, very fun. And my drag name was again, I was in college, so it was a little erudite. It was a little too intellectual, I think, for even my taste today. But I'll say this: it was related to how do I put this without giving? I feel like I'm going to tip my hat too hard, and then everyone's going to find it, and then I'm going to have to answer a lot of questions. It was related to antiquity. I'll say that it was related to antiquity, Brad. There you go. Okay. My drag name was related to a person or a place or a thing in antiquity. So,
really narrowing it down.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to.
That's
but
fine.
Brad, I mean, that's better than nothing, right? Absolutely. We're gonna put some breadcrumbs down for you.
Absolutely. No, breadcrumbs are great. Also, it occurs to me, and no one's going to care, but it's going to drive me insane. I just made a "Who Shot the Sheriff" joke, and I definitely had it backwards. We know who shot the sheriff.
We know who shot the sheriff.
The deputy.
The deputy's the one we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, it's the deputy that's the mystery.
Nobody cares about the deputy.
That would have driven me insane.
Yes,
because I had it backwards.
Yes.
Sorry, no one else cared. I'm sure.
That's why we work, Brad. That's why we work.
Kellen, do you think iced coffee should only be consumed in the summer, or is it like an all year round? You're in a place that gets cold enough.
I'm in a place that gets cold, and I drink iced coffee because I don't think iced coffee is just for them. I think iced coffee is rocket fuel, right? If you are drinking iced coffee, if you're getting cold concentrated coffee, the reason you're drinking it is because you want to go to the moon and back quick, right?
Sure.
So there are times I will order an iced coffee and it is -10 degrees outside, and I'm not doing it because I want the cold refreshing. I want it because I want to go light speed.
You need the magic bean juice. Turn your brain on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
Yes,
I'm with you. I don't care. It could be 30. It could be 35 below zero. I'm like, whatever.
I don't care, right? I don't care. So I'll say this: like, I think there are times where I want a hot coffee, but there are also times where it's 90 degrees here with 100% humidity where I still want that hot coffee, because the hot coffee, again, when we think about our bodies this way, you want to consume something hot when it's hot outside, because your body temperature will rise and your skin, which feels the heat, will cool. It's cold outside, drink something cold, your body temperature will adjust, right?
Yep. They're trying to start guessing in the chat.
That is funny. That is funny. That is funny. These are good. These are good. I like where people are going. I told you, Brad. I was like, I can't. We got some smart people in the chat.
They're too smart. Someone's going to figure it out, because
they will figure it out. They'll figure it out. I'm not going to let people know if they figure it out.
Perfect. I wouldn't expect anything else.
I'm glad that you said that question. I'm glad that you asked the question, by the way. That was very, very good, Brad.
One of those like, well, there is a mystery.
There is a mystery that Brad knows about.
That'll be fun. That'll just Cleopatra.
Yeah. Brad, this is a question I didn't know how to answer, and I wanted to kind of talk about with you. Great. What's worth spending more on to get the best?
Spending more on to get
right?
the best.
What's worth spending more on to get the best of something? If we're gonna make a transaction,
sure.
What is worth saying? I'm going to spend more of this so that I can get the better version of it. I've got a couple of answers for myself.
I have answers like for me. That's going to be subjective, right?
That's all we're talking about. We're talking about a subjective. That's Brad. If this show is nothing, it's just subjective. There's no facts here.
Fair. For me, that would be just something I use constantly, like the chair that I'm sitting in.
There you go. Are you on like a Herman Miller, like $2,000? Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I think it cost like, I don't know, $1,200 Canadian. So like $900.
Very nice.
Something like that. Expensive, but I sit in it all the time, and I was still working full-time from home at the time. So
absolutely.
Having a good chair, very important. Bed,
very important.
Same deal. And every day. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gonna have to have a good bed. But other than that, I don't know. It's very dependent on each individual person, right?
So hold on. Let's talk about your whiskey, right? Is more expensive whiskey better whiskey?
Almost never.
Almost never, right?
There's definitely a point, like once you get up out of like the $20 or $30 bottles, like it gets better.
Yes.
On average, at least, until you get maybe to 100, 150.
Yeah.
Maybe weird special editions, 200, 300 on rare occasion
but that's just the rarity. It's
objectively better-ish, but it's seriously diminishing returns. You're not going to get much real expensive whiskey that tastes better. It's the rarity and just having something that other people haven't had or whatever.
Yeah, that's more usually the bottle and the label than the actual contents itself. Yeah. Feel the same way about wine. The only thing that I could think of with this was fish. I think for me, when I'm thinking about, I'm going to go get sushi, I'm going to go eat a piece of fish, right? And I absolutely love fish.
Sure.
I'm willing to spend more money on better fish, right? Now here in Chicago, it is very difficult to get fresh fish, right? I can get walleye as much as I want. That's easy. I can get as much lake fish as I want, and we'll put it in the fryer and we'll eat it and it'll be great. But if I want some nice fish, right, that is difficult to have. So when I go someplace and I know that it's good, I'm willing to pay the money for it because it is going to be better that way. And it's so tough. It's like when it comes to other food, I won't do that. I'll be like, steak is a steak. Come on, man. I don't need to have a Japanese cow that was massaged and didn't walk around, right? I don't want to have like I've had Wagyu and I'm like, it's not for me. It's just I don't want meat that like feels like cotton candy. I want to have a different sort of situation that way. But yeah, that's a weird question, right?
It is weird and very subjective, but like things that you deal with all the time. Like if you barely ever use something, it's probably not worth spending extra money on to get the best one versus like something that'll do the job because you barely need it.
Tyson has a great answer, by the way. Cheese,
sure,
cheese,
absolutely.
So like it's worth its weight, right? You get a good Parmesan Reggiano, right? You get a good blue cheese. You get a good Gouda. It's gold, right?
Agreed.
So good.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, Brad. Okay, Brad. Here's a fun one. This is a hypothetical one, so you might struggle with it a little bit.
Right. Hit me.
If you were a dictator on a small island, what crazy dictator shit would you do?
Crazy dictator shit.
There's no judgment. You are a dictator, Brad. You're not a benevolent ruler. You are a dictator, right? And everyone on the island who lives with you loves you for what you do. What's the shit you're gonna get away with and just revel in it, right?
I would probably do things like enforce the weirdest of the holidays. Talk like a pirate day, nationally enforced. You're caught not talking like a pirate, you're fined, jail time, whatever.
What does jail look like on Brad's island? What is jail? What is jail for Brad?
Probably like a jail you could imagine, except there's a TV in the corner that just constantly plays Survivor.
Oh, all right. Well, what if someone likes Survivor? Is
the same episode over and over and over again? Right from the middle of one of the seasons. Doesn't matter what season.
And it's a bad season too. It's a bad season.
Right in the middle. So nothing important happens. It just auto loop over and over again.
Okay. All right. So
day and night. Not even
that's all it goes.
Breaks for sleeping.
So Brad, talk like a pirate day. Those are things. What else? Come on. Let's get the weird. Shit.
I just want to be left alone if I had the power to be a dictator. So I don't.
So Brad, what
weird stuff.
Brad, would people not be able to look you in the eye if people came to you and they said, benevolent, as what Nick said, Kim Jong Brad? Like, are people not allowed to like look at you? Like, what happens in this island? How do they?
No, it would probably be more like the Wizard of Oz, where they don't see me at all. Someone else is dealing with it. I'm just off somewhere, and someone is pretending to be me to deal with everything.
Okay, I like that. So it's sort of like you're the man behind the curtain.
It's the dictator version of Dave.
Yes. Oh, Brad, such a good reference. Such a good reference. So okay, Brad, here we go. So is it me? Like I'm the dictator, and then you're pacing. You're like, I don't know. I don't like this. Get him out of here. I don't want to do it. This.
I mean, I don't even think that. Like, just do whatever. I don't care. Here's the very short list of things. Don't do these things. Anything like whatever. Anything else, I don't care. Fuck it.
Okay.
Just leave me alone. If any of these short-listed things happen, like hit me on the radio or whatever.
There
so
you
I
go.
can tell you what to do.
Brad, I originally had a different question, and I had to adjust it. Right?
Okay.
Because the original question I was going to ask is, if you were a cult leader, what crazy cult shit would you be up to, and how would you end the cult? And I said to myself, do we want to go there tonight? Is that where we want to go, Kellen? And I just say, okay, let's roll it back.
Fair.
Let's roll the tape back.
I mean, it would be a crazy sex cult, of course.
Sex cult is different, right?
Other than that,
that's another question. All right, yeah. I'll make that like sex cult. We'll put that there. Sex cult for next time.
Sure.
Very good.
Kellen,
Brad,
where do you not mind waiting? If you have to wait,
mind waiting.
Is there anywhere where you're like, fuck, I'll wait there. Who cares? Wait as long
as like for something, or like the location?
I guess location. I don't know. It was just on a list of silly questions that I thought.
Yeah. So I live here in Chicago, and before COVID, I took public transportation every single day. And I love waiting for the train. I love seeing people queue for the train, pile into the train like sardines, thinking like this is the last train that they're ever going to have, right? And being like, there's a train in 3 minutes. Wait a couple of minutes and just listen to your music, your podcast, and just look at people just act like complete fools. I love waiting for the train. I love waiting for the train, right? I have been late so many times to places just because I'm enjoying seeing city folk act like it's the end of the world, right?
People acting crazy is a good time.
It's a very good time. People acting desperate. That's the thing about travel, right? People act desperate this way. I love standing in line to go through security here in America, right? And people are so tense. Like they just completely lose it because they don't remember how to do that. And I just think I'm like, this is incredible. Like, how do people not know how to do this, right? Like, you just take the stuff out of your pockets and like put them in the little thing and you go through. And it's just amazing to see. I love watching people just fucking lose it in line, man. So I guess, I don't know, like, yeah, I think any place where I have the chance to watch someone kind of like a blood vessel shows up in their like, ugh. Oh,
sure.
Yeah. What about you, Brad? What's your favorite place to wait? You don't strike. I mean, you got your infinity cube, so I guess you're fine waiting places.
True. Yeah, I don't actually care very much about waiting. I'll listen to a podcast. These glasses will pump podcasts or any audio into my brain directly.
Really? That's very cool.
They've got little bone conduction pads.
How fucking cool is that?
So even if it's somewhere that's like awkward to have earbuds or whatever, I could just be listening to something.
So you're talking to the Pope and you're like,
Sure. So yeah, I don't generally care that much about waiting as long as I can sit down because I can't stand for very long without it getting annoying. But that's a whole physical
that's
issue.
A whole nother thing.
But these days, it's actually kind of great because almost anywhere that you got to wait in your car.
Yeah, which is not bad.
And I don't mind waiting in the car. It's perfect. I'll just
play
watch
Stardew Valley.
Play some Stardew Valley, whatever.
Okay.
It's great. I love hanging out in the car. So right now is just glorious for waiting, no matter what it is.
Okay. All right, Brad, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What is something that a ton of people are obsessed with? And I mean obsessed with. That you do not understand the point of it. Right? Like a person, thing, food.
I mean, a lot of like celebrity gossip related things, maybe.
Come on, let's dish. Come on, let's get into it. Let's talk about some rags, right?
Yeah, anything that would show up in a weird, National Enquirer style.
So you're talking like, great, magazine. You're checking out at the grocery store and they've got the,
yeah.
What is Enrique Iglesias like doing right now?
But like that. Only specific categories of people are really obsessed.
Obsessed. Like that's not an obsession. That's kind of like a fun thing to do. We're talking about obsessed, right? We're talking everybody's doing this right now.
I don't know.
I mean, Pittman said it perfectly. Actually, Pittman said the thing that I thought you were going to say, right? Have you seen it yet? Big Bang Theory? It's so... Yeah.
I mean, sure. But again, that's a fairly small slice of people that were obsessed with it, right? Mm-hmm. It was just sort of neutral enough that enough people watched it that it was on the air for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Very few things that people are obsessed with stay on the air for more than a couple of seasons because it's too niche.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what about a nerd thing, Brad? Like, there's plenty of nerd shit that both of you and I are like, we're gonna bring up the 4-hour movie that came up this week.
The Snyder Cut, sure. Yeah, that, I mean, the kind of person that gets really obsessed with that, yeah, that is rough. But at least it was better, I guess.
I don't have 4 hours. What am I? Why would I give 4 hours to Warner Brothers? Why would I give them 4 hours?
I watched it, I think, in 3 chunks over 2 days because I didn't find the time to sit for 4 hours. But I mean, but at best I would say I was like, it's fine, I guess. Nah, it's better. Not good. Didn't enjoy it very much.
It doesn't strike me as something. I'm going to. It seems like I'm going to struggle with it.
Probably. They do at least break it up into nice chunks, so it's easy to just be like, okay, I'm going to stop here then and come back later.
It has to be intentional. That has to be so intentional. It's gotta be.
I think there's like 7 or 8 parts. I can't remember, but every half hour, 45 minutes, whatever, there's a chunk. Chick-fil-A, what's the big deal? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had Chick-fil-A.
It's nothing, right? It's a sandwich, right? That's the thing about Chick-fil-A. There's Chick-fil-A's here in Chicago, and I had one. I was like, this is just a chicken sandwich, man. This is like, I don't know. I'll go to the store and I'll buy a breaded piece of chicken and I'll put it, I'll cook it like it's all this. It's people just, we live such shallow lives, Brad, that a chicken sandwich is something people wait in line for, right?
Yeah. You know what? Star Wars.
Hey, I'm not going to judge myself for waiting in line for Star Wars. I love Star Wars, and
I mean, I waited in line quite a while to see Episode 1.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 1 when it came out.
Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3. Every time there's been a release, I've been there. I saw Episode.
Episode 1, I did. The other ones I did.
I saw Episode 7 twice in the same day. I saw it once, and then I waited an hour, and I went back and I saw it again.
Wow. But don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Star Wars. I enjoy many of the Star Wars properties. I'm marathoning the Clone Wars cartoon with my kid these days. But people get crazy about it.
I literally have the Star Wars Atlas next to me because I have to talk about a book that will fuck your brain up.
I have 3 lightsabers within arm's reach. Excellent. So, I get it. I'm a fan.
We get it.
But there are a lot of people to take it way too far.
Way too far. Way too far.
I get real cranky if anyone doesn't agree with their very specific take on every aspect of it.
Don't bring up Rey in front of those people because they'll...
Sure. You say you don't like Ewoks, suddenly your friendships are breaking apart.
Well, hold on. We're just, you know what, Brad? I thought we were moving.
We gotta save it. We gotta save that. I don't know why I brought it up. I'm sorry. That's my fault. That's on me. That one was on me. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Kellen.
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Yeah, I mean, same deal.
Same. Yeah. The problem with Harry Potter.
I enjoyed the movies. The Riff Tracks versions were fun.
Yes.
But people take it way too seriously.
Way too seriously.
Kellen.
Yes, Brad.
If you could plan your final words, what would they be?
Brad, what a question. I wish I could be as clever as some very, very many people, right? There's so many people who their last words, you're like, God, that's so sentient. It's so fucking human. It's so wonderful. What would my last words be? God damn it, that's tough because I struggle because my brain goes make a funny bit, right? Make them laugh, right? Sure. Do a little song and dance, right? That's where my mind goes, and then my heart says, say something meaningful and give it, and then the human in me says, I don't know. My bit. God, this is man, that's tough. That's a legitimately hard question to answer, Brad. That's a legitimately hard question.
It's tricky. I would have a very strong urge to just fuck with people.
Right? Right? To be like, joke. By the way, my name's Steve. Right. Just
find the treasure. The first clue is in there.
The treasure to Curly's gold is
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some stupid gag.
Yeah. What is my last words, Brad? Fuck, man, that's a tough question. Man, there's a Bill Hicks quote that just love everybody, right? That's the thing that I think I would say. I would say, hey, love everybody, and then that'd be it. I realize that this is supposed to be entertaining and doing something like, but that's legitimately what I'd want to say, right? My biggest fucking fear is dying in my sleep, right? Like of being like, I don't get that moment to say goodbye. Like I'm like, okay, I'll take the trash out in the morning,
right?
All right, I got to watch this show on Netflix, and then I got to take the interdimensional portal to Mars and go see the kids, and I'll see you in the morning, and then I excise, right? I want to, like my ego tells me, the lizard brain tells me I want to let go. I don't want to do it at night. So, what about you, Brad? Besides like the treasures in the,
I don't know. Yeah, besides making a joke, I really don't know.
It's a hard question.
The hell
That's
I
a
would
tough
say.
question, dude.
It is tough.
Yeah.
And I'm not particularly existential usually. I'm just like, all right.
That's that's the problem. Is the fucking philosopher in me says you need to give the generations and you need to imbue them, and I'm like, fuck that, man. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like that's so selfish to say. Like I want to like, I'm not gonna say like either I go or this wallpaper goes, right? I'm not gonna be that clever in my last moment, right? Like that's not gonna happen, Great question, though, Brad. Very, very great question.
Like, don't let the cats eat my eyes.
Ah!
Yeah, I don't know what I would say if it was something serious. I would almost certainly be making a joke about it. If I had the forethought to know that they were going to be my last words, I would probably make a joke out of it.
Yes,
that's just how it is.
So good. I guess if I'm really going to do it, I'd say, don't forget to shoot me in the head, right? Like I'm just to really, really just to like love everyone, and don't forget to shoot me in the head.
Right. Don't forget to cremate me.
Don't forget to cremate me.
Same idea, yeah.
Same. That's the question, Brad. Okay, so let's talk about zombies for a second. Okay.
Sure.
If it's not a virus and it is the biblical idea of zombies about the gates of hell open and souls pass back, what happens to people who are cremated? What happens to those people? Right?
That is real tricky.
It's tricky, right? And that's a good zombie movie about there's all these zombies, but then there's also the people who are cremated in the sense where it's like, what happens? Like they're in the air and they're everywhere.
Is that ghosts? Ghosts are zombies of people that are cremated?
Can I tell you something my son said tonight that fucked with my head? He said to me, "Hey, Dad," I was making like we were kind of playing and I was like doing a silly voice, and he's like, "That sounds like a ghost of an illusion." And I said, "What did you say?" He's like, "A ghost of an illusion." I said, "So there was an illusion and it died, and then it became a ghost." This is my.
That's rough.
This is what my kid does.
Sure.
He says,
"What if the illusion was Pepper's ghost?" It's like an infinity ghost. How does that? The ghost of Pepper's ghost.
The ghost of Pepper's ghost. Delicious. Brad, I have a question for you. This is a tough question because you gave me a tough question. Okay,
fair enough.
Brad, and you don't get to say I don't. Okay, you know. You know.
Okay.
You know what the answer is. What do you lie about the most?
Probably the feelings that I pretend to have so that people think I'm a reasonably normal human. Sorry, is that too harsh?
So good, Brad.
I mean, I could just turn it off and just be like, "Hey, Kellen, what's up?" But I gotta. if I'm going to allow people to understand the emotions I'm having, I gotta ham it up. Does make me great at poker, though.
That's so good, Brad. That's so good.
But generally, I try not to lie often, but that's probably something like, just sort of the personality traits that I exhibit, especially with strangers or people that I think I need to have a smooth social transaction with.
Right?
There's a lot of fakeness there that happens.
Yeah. It's tough, man. I feel like, I struggle with this with my kid because he's starting to lie. Like, I can see it. Like, I can totally see when he's lying. And I'm like, man, this is tough. Where it's like, you want to be like, hey, man, lying is bad. But you also have to, I'm like, the shit that adults lie about that they don't even realize. Like, we talk about memory all the time, right? We talk about how we trick ourselves with our memory. And it's like, well, am I lying about my memory? Or is this just how I remember it, right? Like, it's like that's the odd concept about a lie is like you can start to fabricate history for yourself to fit your own narrative. And are you lying to yourself? If I tell someone a story and I fabricated an element of that story, am I lying to someone, or am I simply I'm telling them the narrative that I have? It's really complicated, right?
It is, yeah. That's a tough one with kids,
right? It's tough
because I mean they're gonna have to like learn how to lie essentially to function in human society, unfortunately.
Right? And that's the thing is I don't want to tell my kids, hey, don't lie, because it's like, no. You have to know how to lie. You need to know when is the right time. You're a great example.
Learn when to lie.
When to lie, and also know when to say, hey, I can lie to this person and it is not going to hurt or harm them in any way, and it's not going to hurt or harm me, so that I can have a social interaction and understanding like, no, this is how you interact with people, right?
Sure.
Yeah, especially here in the Midwest. It's all psychopaths and werewolves. So it's just
sure.
It's nothing but lying, and they don't call it lying. They call it Midwest pleasantry. So there you go.
It's a toughie.
Whew. Oh, Brad. Okay. You got a question for me?
Sure. Just a random one. What is the app you use on your phone the most?
Oh, fuck. I mean, I hope it's not TikTok. I don't know. What's the app that I use on my phone the most?
Let's say other than like a social media thing.
What do I use on my phone the most? My camera. I'd probably say my camera. I think that's the thing that I use the most on my phone. I take a lot of photos, Brad. I take a lot of photos. I don't know. I just like taking, like, that's the thing about a camera on your phone is you're just like boop, 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 boop. And I just take it for myself. I just want to have that kind of stuff that way. What is something else that I use on my phone a lot? I mean, I don't know, a web browser? Does that, I mean, like these are, I don't, my phone has one page. I don't have multiple pages. I'm so minimalist on my phone where I don't have a ton of shit on my phone. Like the only folder I have is like, I've got a couple of games on there, and then I have a folder that's like Reddit, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. Like, I don't really have a ton of stuff on my phone because it's like I would much rather use a computer to do more meaningful stuff. My phone is just like, all right, cool. Let's move on. Let's kind of do it that way. So, what about you? Do you are you a big app user?
Not a ton, but I do use an app called Workflowy constantly.
Oh,
which is basically my digital brain.
Oh, okay.
It's a list making app. So basically you just make like bulleted lists.
Oh, well, there you go.
But it's like nested lists within nested lists within nested lists. So you can keep things pretty organized, but still have things like pretty accessible. I have, I don't know, hundreds of words worth of lists and things I need to remember or notes about stuff in there because I don't remember anything. My brain is very busted in many ways when it comes to memory. So I've offloaded most of that onto the internet at this point.
You know, you're like Memento guy, right? You know, that's
maybe not quite to that degree, but I mean, it's definitely in that direction.
In that direction. Very good. Very good. Okay, Brad. Okay. Do you want to here we go. What fictional place would you like to go to the most? Fictional place would you like to go to the most?
If I could know that I was there, the Matrix.
Oh, walk me through that, Brad.
Because like you're basically in the real world city situation, but if you're aware of it, you can learn superpowers and gain all kinds of fun things, and you're essentially in a waking dream.
Yeah.
So
that seems like it would be a fictional place, though, Brad? I don't want to talk semantical with you. Is that a fictional? So you're saying?
Are you saying that we're living in a simulation, Kellen?
I am simply
or
saying,
is that a fictional place?
I am simply saying. So you want to live in the movie The Matrix, not you want like that's the thing. I guess I'm saying is you want to live in The Matrix, the movie. That's the fictional place you want to live in.
Oh, I want to live in The Matrix, like the simulation.
Yes, in the movie
world.
In the movie. Yes. Okay. Interesting design aesthetic there. That's what I'm kind of curious about. I'm like, the Wachowskis. They like leather. They like tight. They like very tight things.
Sure.
Yeah. Interesting.
How about you?
Endor, the moon of Endor, probably. Sure. I like the inhabitants there. They're soft. They're furry. They make me feel like a golden god.
They'll think you're a Wookiee. It'll be great.
I'd probably I'd say Lord of the Rings, right? It's terrifying as that would be. Lord of the Rings.
I mean, most places in the Lord of the Rings seem like pretty pleasant places. Until the wars break out. You know, you got to move around sometimes. But...
Brad, can I tell you an anecdote about the Lord of the Rings real quick?
Of course.
So I for people who don't know, I'm a marketing consultant, so I have all different types of people who I work with. I have a client, Tina, who's amazing. Tina and I both realize we're both really big fans of the Lord of the Rings. And every time I have a call, and I have a call with her tomorrow in the morning, she sends me a Google Calendar invite about what happened on this day in the Lord of the Rings history. And I'm talking with her tomorrow, and there is an email invite, and it says the fall of Barad-dûn. And she says in the invite, she's like, we have to talk about what the significance of what this means for the first 15 minutes of our call tomorrow. And then we can talk about the rest of the marketing. And the fact that I get to talk about the fall of Barad-dûn as my first thing in the morning makes me so fucking happy that I have my job.
That's
right?
Excellent.
It's excellent.
That is really good.
And for those of people who are not aware, that's Saruman's home. When it falls, when the ants come and they tear it apart and they wash it clean. It's very, very powerful. It's a beautiful metaphor. Tolkien knew what he was doing, except for writing women. He did not know what he was doing when he's writing women. So
there's some mild problematic things in there occasionally, but
yes, it's not as problematic as The Big Bang.
No. Yeah, 2 episodes in, The Big Bang has already been really problematic.
Really problematic. Extremely problematic. Brad, you got a question you can end the show on? Something good for us?
Sure. Let's see here. If you had just unlimited money to start your own business, what would it be?
Oh boy, what would my business be?
Yeah.
I think I've said this before. I'd want to have a little place where I could make bread in the morning and serve people coffee.
Oh, sure.
And at like noon, stores closed. I enjoy the rest of my day. Right? That would be perfect for me. That would be absolutely perfect. Either that or like a board shop in California. Sell surfboards, just small town, place right on the beach. Just like my hair is just completely blonde, my skin is completely tan. Like I am a different person. I got a big white beard, and it's just like maybe that's me. And again, the shop it makes no money at all. No one comes in and buys stuff, but it's all there in case you need it that way. Yeah,
that would be a fun one.
It would be fun. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, if I have unlimited money, then I'm like, I don't know. I want to be a venture capitalist and like go and help a bunch of struggling apps fight Facebook and Google and the rest of this, right? Like, I don't know if I can throw
vigilante funding.
I would love it. Brad, how awesome. Fun would that be to be able to be someone who's like, no, I don't care about your series. No, there's no Series A, there's no Series B. Here's the money. I'm going to bring you a golden suitcase and go, and this never happened, right? Like,
Facebook is trying to crush this small company. Like, no, not on my watch.
Not on my watch. And I just show up and they're like, who are you? And I'm like, you don't ask me who I am. You just know I'm the man with the money, and I leave. And that's it, right?
I've already paid for all of these lawyers. We're doing this.
We're doing this. And also,
that would be fun. I would enjoy that too.
That would be so cool, right? To be covertly, like the espionage war of money against the big tech companies.
Well, it just occurred to me, you're basically talking about the show Leverage.
Yeah.
Except just financially.
Yes, financially. Yes, yes.
Instead of a bunch of thieves like stealing from the rich people or extorting them to solve the problem. Is like it's just a big pile of money, and that
it's just a big pile of money, and that
because was capitalism.
I would if we're gonna engage in capitalism, Brad. Let's use the magic of capitalism to say money doesn't mean anything, so I can just throw it at anything, and that'll solve the problem, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're reverse Batman.
Oh yes,
because Batman could solve most of problems just with money.
Don't get me started on how problematic Bruce Wayne is a person and how people fucking love this kind of like, you know what? If Bruce Wayne cared about Gotham City, he could clean it up like that. But you know what he doesn't? He doesn't care about Gotham City. He just wants to beat up criminals. Bruce Wayne is just like the Jedi Council. Batman is as problematic.
He just loves the whole aesthetic of being a brooding superhero type. Doesn't actually want to solve the real problems.
He doesn't. And that's why him and the Joker are the same person, right?
They really are.
They really are.
Neither of them care about money.
They don't. They, in fact,
or solving the problems. They're just
in fact, it is about making the problem worse. That's what they both want to do. They want to make the problem worse.
Yeah.
So they're both victims of some very incredible trauma, and we could psychoanalyze them up and down, but they are not willing to do the work, and that is the problem, Brad. That is the problem.
They both need a lot more therapy, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't work out so great for Joker the first time he tries.
But he meets a really lovely girl. He meets a really lovely girl. And that's the thing about Harley. That's the thing. When you think about Harley, you think about like, oh, this is what happens with trauma. When someone when they don't deal with their trauma, they have the ability to imbue their trauma into somebody else, and it takes Dr. Quinn and it changes her, and she is. That's.
Okay. This question got a lot deeper than I thought.
A lot deeper than we all thought. Brad, as always, this is the highlight of my week. Thank you so much.
It's a good time.
Such a good time. Everyone, thank you all for being here. This is always a pleasure for those of you who are still here. We've had an absolute blast. I think we're all going to remember the time where Brad said to me, again, let me pull this up. I love how your podcast feels in my clown. That's going to be a thing that people are saying from now on.
Sure. Yes. Sure. As they should.
As they should. Please do the YouTube thing and like and subscribe.
Sure. All of those.
All those fun, silly things. And again, we will be producing this podcast so you can listen to us in your ear areas very soon and listen to us hate watch The Big Bang Theory and struggle. If you know. That's it.
Yeah. It's good times.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Bye, everyone. You're all wonderful. Thank you.
Bye.